We all want the same things. We want to be fitter, wealthier, and more productive. So, every January, or maybe every Monday morning, we set a massive goal. We say, I'm going to lose 20 pounds, or I'm going to write a best-selling book. And for a few days, we do it. We run. We write. We eat clean. But then, life happens. Motivation fades. The gym bag stays in the closet. The notebook collects dust. Eventually, we fall back into the exact same routine we had before. Why does this happen? Is it because you're lazy? Is it because you lack willpower? According to James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, the answer is no. The problem isn't you. The problem is your system. As Clear famously writes, you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. In this video, we are doing a complete deep dive breakdown of Atomic Habits. We aren't just summarizing the book, we are building a blueprint for how to deconstruct your bad habits and program new ones using the 4 laws of behavior change. This is the manual for rewiring your brain. Let's start with the math. Most people think success is one big moment, the marathon you run, the deal you close, the viral video you post. But success is actually the product of daily habits, not once-in-a-lifetime transformations. If you can get just 1% better each day for 1 year, you'll end up 37 times better by the time you're done. Conversely, if you get 1% worse each day, you decline nearly down to 0. The problem is that small changes often seem to make no difference until you cross a critical threshold. Clear calls this the plateau of latent potential. Imagine an ice cube sitting on a table in a freezing cold room. The room is 25 degrees. You heat it up to 26. Nothing happens. 27, nothing. 28, 29, 30, 31. Still just a block of solid ice. But at 32 degrees, it begins to melt. A 1 degree shift, no different from the shifts before it, unlocked a huge change. Habits are the same. You might go to the gym for a month and see no change in the mirror. You feel like giving up. But you aren't failing, you are just storing potential energy. You have to break through the plateau. Before we get to the tactics, we have to fix the who. The deepest layer of behavior change isn't outcomes, what you get. It's identity, what you believe. Imagine 2 people resisting a cigarette. When offered a smoke, the first person says, "No thanks, I'm trying to quit." It sounds reasonable, but this person still believes they are a smoker who is trying to be something else. The second person says, "No thanks, I'm not a smoker." It's a small difference, but it changes everything. True behavior change is identity change. The goal isn't to run a marathon, the goal is to become a runner. The goal isn't to read a book, the goal is to become a reader. Once your habit becomes part of your identity, you don't need willpower. You don't have to force yourself to go to the gym if you believe, "I am an athlete." Athletes train. That's just what they do. So, how do we actually do this? James Clear breaks down every habit into a feedback loop: cue, craving, response, reward. To build good habits, we have to hack these 4 steps. Let's walk through the 4 laws. The first law deals with the cue. You need to make it obvious. Most of your habits are automatic responses to your environment. If your phone buzzes, you look at it. That's a cue. If you sit on the couch, you grab the remote. That's a cue. The best way to hack this is a technique called habit stacking. The formula is simple: after, current habit, I will, new habit. You are piggybacking the new habit onto a neural pathway that already exists in your brain. For example, after I pour my coffee, I will meditate for 1 minute. After I take off my work shoes, I will immediately change into workout clothes. You also need to redesign your environment. If you want to drink more water, place full water bottles all over your house. If you want to practice guitar, buy a stand and put it in the middle of the living room. Do not keep it in a case in the closet. Visual cues drive behavior. Inversion. How do you break a bad habit? You make it invisible. If you want to stop playing video games, unplug the console and put it in a closet after every use. If you check your phone too much, leave it in another room while you work. If the cue is invisible, the habit dies. Law number 2 deals with the craving. You need to make it attractive. This is about dopamine. We are driven by the anticipation of a reward, not the reward itself. Seeing junk food spikes dopamine more than actually eating it. To make a hard habit attractive, use temptation bundling. Link an action you want to do with an action you need to do. Ronan Byrne, an engineering student in Ireland, wanted to watch Netflix but knew he needed to exercise. He hacked his stationary bike so that Netflix would only play if he was cycling above a certain speed. If he slowed down, the show paused. He bundled the temptation, Netflix, with the habit, exercise. Another strategy is joining a culture where your desired behavior is the normal behavior. If you want to get fit, hang out with fit people. If you want to read, join a book club. We naturally imitate the habits of our tribe. Inversion. How do you break a bad habit? You make it unattractive. You need to reframe your mindset. You aren't giving up smoking, you are gaining your health and your breath back. Highlight the benefits of avoiding the bad habit to kill the craving. Law number 3 is the most practical. It deals with the response. You need to make it easy. Human nature follows the law of least effort. We naturally gravitate toward the option that requires the least amount of energy. If you want to go to the gym, but your gym is 20 minutes away, you won't go. If it's on your way home from work, you might. This brings us to the most powerful rule in the book, the 2-minute rule. When you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. Read before bed becomes read 1 page. Do 30 minutes of yoga becomes take out my yoga mat. Run 3 miles becomes tie my running shoes. You might think, what is the point of reading 1 page? That won't get me anywhere. But the point is to master the art of showing up. A habit must be established before it can be improved. You can't optimize a habit that doesn't exist. You must also reduce friction. If you want to go to the gym in the morning, lay out your gym clothes, fill your water bottle, and pack your bag the night before. Remove every step between you and the action. Inversion. To break a bad habit, make it difficult. Increase friction. If you waste money shopping online, delete your credit card info from the browser so you have to walk across the room to get your wallet every time. If you watch too much TV, take the batteries out of the remote. Finally, law number 4 deals with the reward. You need to make it satisfying. The cardinal rule of behavior change is this: what is immediately rewarded is repeated. What is immediately punished is avoided. The problem is that good habits, like saving money or working out, have delayed rewards, while bad habits, like eating sugar, have immediate rewards. The cost of your good habits is in the present. The cost of your bad habits is in the future. You need to give yourself an immediate reward for completing a good habit. This can be as simple as using a habit tracker. Jerry Seinfeld used this method. He aimed to write jokes every day. Every day he wrote, he put a big red X on a wall calendar. Eventually, the goal wasn't write a joke, the goal was don't break the chain. Seeing that visual progress is satisfying. Inversion. To break a bad habit, make it unsatisfying. This requires an accountability partner. We care deeply what others think of us. Create a contract: if I miss my workout, I have to pay my friend $50. The pain of losing money or looking lazy makes the bad habit unsatisfying immediately. Once you have established these habits, how do you stay motivated for the long haul? How do you keep going when it gets boring? James Clear talks about the Goldilocks rule. Humans experience peak motivation when working on tasks that are right on the edge of their current abilities. Not too hard, not too easy. Just right. Imagine playing tennis against a 4-year-old. You'd be bored instantly. Now imagine playing against Roger Federer. You'd be demoralized instantly. But if you play against someone equal to you, you are engaged. You are in the zone. To maintain a habit, you need to manage your boredom as much as your effort. When a habit becomes too easy, you must increase the difficulty slightly to keep yourself engaged. So, we've covered the math, the identity, and the 4 laws. Here is your specific action plan for tomorrow morning to start changing your life. 1. Identify, decide who you want to become. Example, I am a healthy person. 2. Obvious, use habit stacking. Example, after I wake up, I will drink a glass of water. 3. Attractive, pair it with something you enjoy, like listening to a podcast while you get ready. 4. Easy, start with just 2 minutes. Don't aim for a standard you can't maintain. 5. Satisfying, mark an X on the calendar when you're done. Remember, atomic habits are small. They are tiny. But atoms are the building blocks of the universe. If you can master your habits, you can master your life. If you want to dig deeper into the science and the stories, I've linked the book in the description below. It is worth the read. If you found value in this breakdown, hit the like button so this video reaches more people trying to change their lives. Subscribe for more deep dives into the best non-fiction books on the planet. I'll see you in the next one.